The Kraft Music Hall with Bing Crosby, Mary Martin, Victor Borga, John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, the Music Maids and Hal, and Bing's distinguished guests. Commander Gene Tuney, United States Naval Reserve. Miss Susan Hayward of Paramount Pictures. And Larry Adler, the world's outstanding harmonica virtuoso. And here's Bing Crosby.
When I'm walking down the street, all the boys yell mighty sweet. Hey, Mabel, wait for me. When she wears that diamond ring, all the boys begin to sing. Hey, Mabel, wait for me. She's as popular as a gal can be, a household name in every family. Oh, but the one she wants so bad ain't the guy who yells like mad. Hey, Mabel, wait for me.
When she's walking down the street, all the boys yell mighty sweet. Hey, Mabel, wait for me. When she wears that diamond ring, all the boys begin to sing. Hey, Mabel, wait for me. She's as popular as a gal can be, a household name in every family. But the one she wants so bad ain't the guy who yells like mad. Hey, Mabel, wait for me.
She's as popular as a gal can be, a household name in every family. But the one she wants so bad ain't the guy who yells like mad. Hey, Mabel, pull over, babe. Wait for This is Bing Crosby, friends. I got a little surprise for you tonight. Probably everyone within sound of my voice heard President Roosevelt Tuesday night tell about an Army Air Force officer named Captain Hewitt T. Wheelis. Captain Wheelis is the soldier who brought in a flying fortress with practically nothing left of it but the seat after successfully fighting off 18 Jap Zero fighters. After considerable persuasion, we were able to say proudly that Captain Wheelis is here with us in the hall tonight. Congratulations, Captain.
Thanks, Bing.
Hey, look who's thanking me.
Well, we've heard you and all the other fine programs being shortwave to us in the South Pacific, and I think I can safely thank you for every man in every service in every part of the globe. Entertainment from home makes the job easier.
You back here for a little well-deserved rest, Captain?
Not exactly, Bing. I'm here on business, getting a few more men to go back with me and getting cadets for our ever-expanding Air Force.
Gee, any man in the country would be proud to be a member of your combat team, Captain.
You look pretty good to us women, too. Say, Captain, what's this in today's paper about Hitler's peace offensive? You know anything about that?
Any peace with him would be offensive.
Did you notice that Did you notice, Captain, that the Axis is beginning to get cultural? I saw in the paper that Emperor Hirohito gave his pal Mussolini a painting.
And his friend Hitler is giving him a shellacking.
Well, there's that old saying, Captain, when in Rome, do as the Germans do. And more power to you, Captain Wheelis. May you get lots of recruits for the Army Air Force, and may everyone be like yourself. Thanks again. You got a song for the captain, Mary?
Sorry, Bing. I planned on doing the anthem of Victor Borger's Upper Language. It's about a tutiful Lute 11.
Have to change that.
But this is, let's pretend it's a tutiful Cat 11.
Cat 11. Well, take it
There's a handsome lieutenant, and he's mine, all mine. No word is high enough, no praise to the sky enough. So I had to raise all the words by one. He is much more than beautiful, so I add one. I call him Tutorful.
That's one more than wonderful.
In fact, he just breathes breezy by. He is my tutorful little Loodle Lebanon. And he comes from Timbuktu. He is my tutorful little Loodle Lebanon. He's the only to find me. It's higher praises that he deserves, so I sing his praises in higher words. He is my tutorful little Loodle Lebanon, and he comes from Timbuktu.
Does he come from California?
No, no.
Does he come from 11th?
No, no.
Does he come from Washington?
No, no. He comes from Timbuktu.
It's higher praises that he deserves, so we sing his praises in higher words.
He is my tutorful little Loodle Lebanon, and he comes from Timbuktu. And he comes from Timbuktu.
Susan Hayward, the Paramount star who is currently being seen in Cecil B. DeMille's powerful Technicolor production, Reap the Wild Wind, is one Hollywood glamour girl whose cinema career has not been restricted to one variety of part, because this gal plays them all with equal facility. She liked to gut type once, though, when she appeared in a picture with our old friend Bob Burns, but Susan Hayward has that wealth of sweetness, charm, and simplicity that one immediately associates with a mountain girl. In fact, Susan, in many ways, reminds me of a gal that I knew. Oh, it was back in Lumbago Bend, Tennessee. Quite a place, Lumbago Bend. It was near a creek. Up there in the mountains, this little gal, whom we'll call Susan because that's her name, was expecting her most ardent and persistent suitor. But as she tidied up the porch, she asked a favor of her brother Kenneth.
Kenneth, I'm expecting Lilith any minute. When you see him coming, would you mind rolling under the porch? One of these nights, Lilith might propose. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Well, why don't you say something? Go ahead. Roll under the porch. Here comes Lilith now, riding up on his horse. Hello, Lilith. How come your horse trots so funny?
Why, the darn critter was frightened by a Xavier Cugat record.
Hurry, Lilith. Let's hide.
What they hiding for, revenuers?
Paul says I mustn't see you anymore. He says you're short, sharp, and shiftless.
That's a double dad-darn lie. I ain't so short. Say, your pa don't think much of me, do he?
Nope. Paul's always got a hard word for a yard bird. And besides, he says you spend all your time down at the general store, standing by the bacon slicer, whistling at every pretty girl that passes.
Well, I've got to do something now that the feuding's over between us Martins and us Coys.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Lilith. How come you don't let on your family name is Coy?
Well, Susan, when I was way back about hawk high to a hound, I got mighty sick of hearing folks say I was a little coy.
But I'll bet you were, Lilith.
Had a mind like a steel trap, too.
Nothing ever got out of it.
Anyways, I figure if I don't let on my real name's Coy, I stands me a better chance of picking off a stray martin now and again.
I declare, Lilith, you're as deceiving as a pivot tooth.
I wouldn't deceive you, Susan. Would you like me to shoot a martin for you?
Instead of shooting a little old martin for me, shoot a few minks.
I ain't feuding with no minks.
Just a minute before you go getting too eloquent, Lilith. I see Kenneth speaking from under that porch. Come out of there, you bad boy. Well, what have you got to say for yourself, huh? Kenneth was frightened by a Spike Jones record.
Say, who's this coming down the pike a piece?
Oh, that's Miss Marvin, the school teacher.
Marvin?
Hello, Susie. You remember Lilith, don't you, Miss Marvin?
Oh, yes. I remember the case well. Lilith is the boy who always reminds me of your brother, Kenneth. You see what I mean?
Miss Marvin, do you think Lilith and me ought to get married up?
Well, that's hard to say. Have you ever been in love before, Lilith? For some reason, I keep wanting... Have you any prospects for the future, Lilith?
Don't go fretting none about me. Pa and me's got a business to take care of. Pa's up doing the spring cleaning right now.
He's cleaning out the place?
Nope, he's biling out the barrels.
Lilith and his pa's got the best still in the county.
You betcha.
I thought moonshining went out when Prohibition was repealed.
Oh, Pa and me's got us a new twist. We ain't in the business of putting sugar and stuff in the still and bootlegging alcohol.
No, sir. Now Lilith puts alcohol in the still and bootlegs the sugar.
That's why she's so sweet on me.
Last fall, Lilith took his hog to the county fair and won first prize.
Wonderful.
Then, by golly, the hog won second prize.
Did we get married, Miss Marvin?
You're both pretty young, especially Susan. Why don't you wait a while and stay friends?
Miss Marvin's right, Lilith. Friendship's a wonderful thing.
And she's our true friend. And I'll be your friend. We'll all be friends through thick and thin. If you're ever up a tree, phone for me.
If you're ever down a well, ring my bell.
If you ever lost your teeth and you're out to dine, borrow mine.
It's friendship, just a perfect friendship.
When other friendships have been forgotten,
ours will still be hot.
If
they ever black your eyes, put to me wise.
If they ever cook your goose, turn me loose.
If you ever put a bullet through your brain, I'll complain.
It's friendship, just a perfect friendship.
When other friendships have been forget,
ours will still be it. A-la-di-da-di-da, hip, hip, hip.
We all get along so well together. Why don't we all go squirrel hunting tomorrow, Lilith? You and me and Miss Marvin.
Miss Marvin. Ain't that the prettiest name?
Well, I must confess that it really isn't my right name. I haven't used my real name since I moved here. The Lumbago Bend by the creek.
Why?
Well, on account of the feud. You know, my right name is Martin.
Did you say Martin?
I did?
Ain't that curious? Lilith's real name is Coy.
Did you say Coy?
I did. Well, guess I'll have to go squirrel hunting alone.
Thank you, Susan Hayward, for a glimpse of what's going on in the mountains, up yonder in the mountains. For a glimpse of what's going on in the kitchen, here's Ken Carpenter.
In planning meals these days, the first thing patriotic homemakers consider is nutrition. You're choosing foods recommended in the government's official guide. And then come the questions, does my family like it? How can I make this food taste especially good? Well, ladies, when you're considering the recommended fruits and vegetables, remember these 4 words: Miracle Whip salad dressing. Serve those crisp greens, those tempting fruits and vegetables in salads. Salads with Miracle Whip. Millions of people, men and women and children, too, prefer Miracle Whip to any other salad dressing. It has such a marvelous flavor. It's not too sharp, not too oily, not too bland. A flavor that's just exactly right. Actually, Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands combined. Yes, Miracle Whip does have a winning flavor, and its texture is wonderful, too. Thanks to a patented beater used exclusively by Kraft, Miracle Whip is velvety smooth. Tomorrow, get a jar of Miracle Whip salad dressing and resolve to serve salads often. The fruits and the vegetables you use in salads are important protective foods. They supply vitamins and minerals that will help make America strong.
It's Mary just crazy about Mary. Oh, Mary is plainly lovely. When she's with me, I'm a happy guy. Mary, without her, I'm lonely. And if she will say I do, then I will too, and make Mary mine.
Happy guy.
Mary, without her I'm lonely. And if she will say I do, then I will too, and make Mary. Mary, I'm gonna make Mary mine.
Thank you very much, music fades. At this juncture, we join our Danish friend, Victor Borge. He's currently rocking the clientele of Hollywood's newest gay spot, the Little Club.
Thank you, Bing. You know, you have been so nice to me in many ways, I would like to do you a favor.
Huh?
Can you play the piano?
Not a note.
That's terrible. Suppose you were invited to play at a birthday party or something like that. What would you do?
I'd send for you.
Okay. Don't have to because it's my birthday.
Congratulations.
I'll be there anyway.
Okay.
Thanks. If you like, I'll teach you to play the piano, and I guarantee in a few minutes you can play anything you want to.
Well, cut in, kid.
It's very, very simple to play the piano.
What do we do?
Your name doesn't have to be Perevsky or Horowitz or Muskowski or any... No, not at all. Although it might help if your name was Bingsky Cross, of course.
Make it Krosovskorsky.
Okay.
Let's give it the full treatment.
The first thing you need is a very comfortable piano stool. That's very, very important.
Piano stool. Why is that so important? I don't think it was as important as all that.
Okay. If you want to, sit on the floor. I don't care. First, I would like to explain the piano to you. You see this? This is the keyboard.
Keyboard.
The keyboard. No, it's still the keyboard, but it's the same, you know. You see there are about 88 keys, and half of them are black and half of them are white. In other words, there are 44 black and 22 white.
What about the other 22?
Oh, they are yellow with 8. Wait a minute, I see here on this piano there are there are 89 keys.
89 keys. What's the extra key for?
Well, that's to open the piano, you
Gotta
know.
get in the piano. Give me a little room.
Now, we come to the pedals.
Ah, the pedal.
There are 2 pedals. When you touch the right pedal here, this is the loud pedal, you know?
Big.
Yes, and if you touch the other one, that's the soft pedal.
Double shush.
Yes. And sometimes it is right to use the left pedal, but never vice versa. You know, it's never left to use the right. It couldn't be.
Couldn't do that.
Except sometimes if you play on an old piano when only the right pedal is left.
That you can do.
Of course, Bing, you know the scale, don't you?
Here.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do. Yeah. You know, the most important of those is do.
Do.
Without the do, you couldn't even play. Couldn't even buy the piano. That's what I mean. In the first place. And it's two. So what I mean.
Now comes